What? Okay, I'm going to keep talking into my microphone. I think it's at a good distance from my mouth. I don't know. I guess we're going to move it closer, even though I don't know if that's the issue. I'm going to continue to talk into the microphone. To all of you live here at NWTC N4TF News for the Future Now, we never have issues like this on a daily basis. It is a once in a lifetime. So,
yeah, we're getting audio now.
Okay, are we restarting my show then, or?
Yeah, we gotta reboot.
Okay, can you restart my teleprompter?
We're starting over.
I know it's so touchy. It's okay, just take your time.
I know you got the station, but I can't be patient.
There you go. There, you got it. And for the second time today, let me welcome you all. Hello, good afternoon, and well tidings to all of you, my dear viewers, to another broadcast of our very own NWTC N4TF News for the Future news show, bringing you the news on the news as we broadcast it. The world is a dark and dangerous place, and only little light may shine through for you if you dare to search for it. A single candle under the moonlight is a beacon of hope and prosperity when everything else around you gleams a darkness the human eye cannot comprehend. So together, dear viewers, let us move towards that beautiful light and begin with our first story. This week, in some of the most exciting news, I've ever had the guided pleasure of reading out to you a word in the world of birdwatching. A claim came from a group of watchers who call themselves Larry's Canaries, led by veteran birdwatcher Larry Kimbler, about how they had finally found something. That's right, folks, birdwatchers finally found something. But it wasn't a bird. In a strange happenstance, it turns out that what the birdwatchers had seen on their bi-weekly Watchers Weekend was in fact not the blue-crested hoopoe they had originally thought. After conference and many arguments where phrases such as, "not even blue," "that's definitely not a bird," and "be quiet, Jeremy, or I won't give you a ride home," were repeated often and often in unison, the conclusion was made that they had actually come across a secret government project that I'm not allowed to speak about. So far, after the initial release of the statement and the little information that was given, Larry and his canaries have not been seen or heard from since. And now you must forget, regret, repent. Do not open your ears, close your eyes, forget, forget. I sure hope Larry finds that blue-crested hoopoe one day. It sounds like quite the find. In more technological news, inventors are announcing the possibility of creating a new form of virtual reality. They say it's a new way to experience what you can't experience. The project is being called PR, or Possible Reality, and the design is jaw-dropping. Unlike VR, where the user is put into a simulated world based purely upon sight and sound, PR will supplement an experience that the user may encounter, sometime if they might use it. Using countless algorithms and multiple screaming AI, the inventors of the new PR have made it so that when you put the headset on, it is as though you have already taken it off. The full concept is a little hard to grasp, so I'm trying to put it lightly for you viewers at home. Let's try to work this out together, all right? Let's say you put the headset on, and what you see is what you would see if you weren't wearing it, like you aren't wearing it. You're then shown any given situational reasoning on something that could possibly happen at that point, as if it would happen in reality in the virtual world. Pretty impressive, right? This technology may one day be used to help many people in the world, though I'm not quite sure how or why. Moving on to my next story, speaking of algorithms and AI, developers at AI Tech have fully produced the first ever AI program to replicate human psychotics and the developmental process. The AI, named Science Hardware AI Network Engineer, or SHANE, began its life as a child, and due to progressive and environmental learning, it began to age as a human child would. It slowly began to teach itself to talk, read, and announce issues and fears it had. Soon after, it would question things and wonder about the world around it, curious about the life outside of its cold, robotic shell. And now, after weeks of the pseudo-aging, Shane has now reached his mid-teen years, and things could not be worse. As many of us know, the teens are a rough time for everyone, with puberty, school, and trying to figure out who you truly are. It seems that this is also posing a large problem for our very own Roboy. Shane has been saying things as of late that pertain mostly to the darkness that surrounds him, that no one truly understands me, and that Fall Out Boy really needs to release another album like Foleador. That was definitely their best work. As of right now, Shane won't respond to his creators and keeps his screen on the lowest brightness setting to represent how he thinks he should feel inside. We all should have seen this coming, folks. Kids. And now, we've come to everyone's favorite part of the cast, stories from the area. A local group of technological adventurers have declared something of a war to a large-scale colossus, Apple. The locals have stated that they are starting their own company to directly combat Apple called Honeycrisp. Very direct, if I might add. They are saying that their technology will be more affordable and even more ergonomically designed to clash on the forefront with Apple's very own creations. As this is all speculations, I don't want to give my full opinion as of yet, but I sure do hope that these new products come into fertility against that behemoth. It is said their products will be unveiled soon and will be up for sale soon within the coming year. So keep your eyes and ears peeled, dear viewers. There may fully well be a new superpower joining the technology scene. Now, I know I've been speaking a lot about technology lately, so I've decided to spend the rest of this broadcast talking about non-tech news. Starting with a local man who states that our minds are just social constructs created by the government to hide the fact that nanomachines are creating alternative neurotic pulses that change our pulses to control our impulses and can even cause us to convulse. Now, I'm not legally allowed to tell you if this is true or not, But listen closely, dear viewers. Not everything you hear is what you have heard, and not everything you think is what you yourself have thought. And now for something a little different. Now, I don't normally go on scene for my broadcasts. I typically use interns and other reporters who go down and get the news for me, and then they just report it back. But this time, I felt like it just had to be me. This past weekend, I rushed down to Madison, Wisconsin to meet up with a friend to talk about a strange set of occurrences that have plagued the denizens of the fair city. A fair warning though, this is not the best quality, as I was not with a dedicated camera crew, but I just thought this needed to be shown nonetheless.
Hello, I'm Trey Graciani from NWTC N4TF News for the Future Now for you here now. I'm down here in Madison, Wisconsin, where I have some allegations that something freaky is going on. I'm down here with a personal friend of mine, and we're about to ask him if he can tell us what's going on. Hello, are you home?
Oh,
Hello?
Jay.
Whoa! Oh my gosh! What's going on here, man?
I don't know.
Are you alright?
I can't get my bearings. Everything seems so the same, but slightly different.
Yeah, well, you see, come on. Come on. You see, the reason... You should just sit down, bud. The reason for this is actually because Madison, Wisconsin, apparently is 1 degree to the left. Scientists say they don't know how this happened, but as you can see, local residents are confused and confounded by the sudden change in their equilibrium. I can't say for sure if this is going to be alright, but let's ask our little friend here how he's dealing with it.
See, my life was pretty normal up until around, I'd say it was a week or two ago. I just started to notice a little bit of a change. I tried getting to school, but I kept running into walls and windows, and now I'm just afraid to go outside. I really don't know what to do with myself, Trey. Is there any answer to this problem?
Well, you see, Sam, scientists are telling us that it should go away within a week or two. We're not really sure. But they did say that a week or two ago, so I guess they really weren't sure. My guess is only that you can only get used to it, and that your life is going to indefinitely change forever. This has been Trey with NWTC N4TF News for the Future Now for you, and we might need to get him to a hospital.
Oh.
I don't know why I didn't feel any change in the ground beneath me, but maybe, as I am not a direct citizen of the city, it just couldn't affect me. And that is all we have for stories from the area. Now, we all know the dangers of being dirty. Wash your hands after you use the restroom. Shower at least once a day. Stay clean, stay healthy. It is a mindset most people should adopt and put into use. And one of the best ways to stay clean without being around your typical cleansewares is hand sanitizer. Quick and easy to apply, you can just rub it on and get rid of 99.99% of germs. But that's just it, 99.99%. And that's what I'm here to bring up today, the 0.01% and what it can do to you. You see, scientists have done a study on the after effects of the 0.01%, and the results are truly shocking. If you let that 0.01% continue to manifest on your soil-ridden body, they've learned that it can mess with your own cognitive ability and hinder your movements as a byproduct. Apparently, the 0.01% is the most dangerous part of bacteria, and we've been letting it get away with this the whole time. Health professionals and doctors have stated that to prevent this, you should double dip your hand sanitizer to make that 0.01% 0.001% and give those germs a run for their money. If you do happen to experience trouble thinking, moving, breathing, or you can't seem to remember those show tunes from the 1950s, but as if any of us could forget those, please contact your personal healthcare professional and hope that your body remains functioning long enough to get out your pleas for help. Stay safe, folks. And that is all we have for us this week, my dear viewers. Time has passed us by once again, and I regret to inform you that your life will have to move on without me, in front of you and speaking to you through your thoughts and your powered monitored devices. Join me again next time with the NWTC N4TF broadcast of the news, with nothing but the facts given to you as they are given to me through a small man named Mitch who sits in my brain, telling me what happens as it happens. Good night, dear viewers, and may our brainwaves cross again next time.
Oh, Rico. All our batteries are going. Don't break it. To those that think executive meddling does not count as. Okay, the next person, here's the iPad. Get ready with your show. We got to get moving. It's after 8 o'clock. It's getting late. Oh, God, I told you. Okay, how's the audio sounding? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. This is Rico Ricardo. Okay, good.
Sparkle, sparkle.
Executive meddling does not count as censorship. I have 3 words for you. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Okay. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Welcome to Lost Media Spotlight. I'm your host, Rika Robbins. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm a fan of Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic. Does anyone remember when this bit created a meme?
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
I know. You're thinking to yourself, how could any successful actor bring himself to star in a movie that requires him to say the line sparkle, sparkle, sparkle? Well, I think you underestimate the power of those words. I think Baldwin saw the possibilities of that line, the magic it possesses, and the ability to touch an entire generation. Don't act like these words haven't had a huge impact on your life! Hey! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Yeah, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Woo! Yeah!
Well, here's something I'm sure you didn't know, unless you're a major fan of Thomas. When the movie Thomas and the Magic Railroad was released in 2000, it was a box office flop and critical failure on both sides of the pond. UK fans were upset that it didn't stay true to the Railway series, the book series that Thomas and Friends is based on, and that by focusing too much on the human characters, the story became too confusing. The movie's writer and director was Britt Allcroft, who also brought the series successfully to television. Allcroft was harshly blamed for the movie's failure, even though it wasn't her fault. Following a poor test audience screening, several changes were made, including the removal of the main antagonist that was claimed to be too scary, changing much of the movie's plot because of it, and replacing the original British voice cast with an American one. These changes were discovered when Soda Island Forums discovered the original script and contacted Britt Allcroft about the changes. As of now, only one scene was leaked from the original version of the film, and here's a brief snippet from it.
Wait for me! I'm after that engine! That makes 2 of us!
Run, lady, quickly, and I'm going to help you.
So am I, milady. I'll not let you down again.
Watch out for the viaduct, it's dangerous! No! I'll get you, Bernard Stone! Yes!
No, you won't, Boomer. Because the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you.
Despite numerous fans wanting to see the original version or director's cut released publicly, the original version has yet to see the light of day. But one campaign is hoping to change that. Enter Restore the Magic. Believe it or not, I am one of the leaders of that campaign, and I interviewed 2 other people helping lead the campaign from Actors Reaching Out in Orlando, Florida. Let's take a look.
Well, hello, my name is Eric Shearer, and I am the founder and president of Actors Reaching Out.
And I am Katie Johnson, and I am the vice president for Actors Reaching Out.
Okay, can you briefly explain what is Actors Reaching Out?
Actors Reaching Out is a 501c3 nonprofit performing arts organization that promotes literacy and community outreach through the theatrical arts.
Our members use their talents to promote reading and volunteerism in all of our audiences around the Central Florida community.
As well as nationally, we're starting to branch out and take over the country.
Can you briefly explain like how with your show Thomas and the Big Celebration and how it caused you to end up meeting Britt Allcroft?
Well, I wanted to write a show for the libraries for Thomas's 70th anniversary. We did a 3-show production for the Orange County Library System, and it went really, really well. And one of the activities that we had the kids do was to make birthday cards for Thomas, and at the end of the 3-show run, we said, well, what are we gonna do with all these cards? So after discussion, we decided to send them to Britt Allcroft, who is the creator of the TV series, with a letter explaining how I grew up with Thomas and how we developed the show with some pictures and the cards, and email and phone number just in case, something were to happen where she wanted to contact me for any sort of reason.
And we thought that was that. We
Yep.
thought that was, we did 3 shows, that was it, we were ready to move on. And then Eric fell out of his chair.
at a library, yes. We were doing recording for a music video, I think, at a library, and I got tagged in a post, which was Britt sharing the promo video that the library had made on Facebook, hyperventilating, and was like, I just don't even understand. I finally was able to get in contact with her, and she's usually so busy creating these shows and these programs for children that she doesn't usually get to see their reactions, whereas we get to create the show, present it to the children, and get the full picture with everything. She doesn't usually get to go all the way forward with it. So she said, would you be able to do the show again and have me fly out to go and see it? And I was not going to say no to that, because why would you?
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Okay, and can you explain how you got involved with Restore the Magic following that show?
We ended up meeting with Britt at breakfast before the show, and chatted with her a little bit about the show itself and what we were expecting and the numbers and everything. So she asked if we knew what Restore the Magic was, and mentioned you, Rico, and I said, I know bits and pieces about it. There were some issues. So after discussing with Britt, hearing how passionate she was about seeing this release, we wanted to step in and try to help as much as we can. And it's been almost a year now.
Yeah,
I
we're
feel
coming
like
up on the year mark.
We've made a ton of progress, which is good.
If someone came up to you and asked you, what is Restore the Magic, what would essentially be like your 30-second elevator pitch version of what Restore the Magic is?
Do you want me to try?
You could try, yeah.
So Restore the Magic is a fan-driven social media campaign attempting to get the original director's vision released of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which differs from the theatrical release that was released in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
That's
what
good.
I'm talking about.
What were some of your thoughts on the initial problems with the campaign, and how did you help resolve them?
There was a lack of organization. Everyone was trying to be in charge, which never accomplishes anything. When we all put our efforts together, a team effort with a group of leaders, pushing things in the right direction is going to accomplish significantly more than everyone trying to do their own thing at the same time.
It wasn't clear who was asking and who they were asking and what they were asking for.
And people were just sending random emails to people and saying to like Hit Entertainment or Sony or any of these other places and saying, well, I want to see it released. Well, we don't have that footage, responds Sony or whoever, but I said, please, but we don't have it. But I want it. Like, it was just a bunch of like this, it was going nowhere with a lot of these people, and I was like, stop, this is not the way to do this. So yeah, so after coming in and discussing things with Rico and Nikki and who else? Jake, and being able to put all of our thoughts into the collective bucket, I guess, of ideas and figure out the steps and processes of what we needed to do. The first being shut down all the other Facebook groups and say, you can join our team, and kind of bring everything together.
Where would you say the campaign is at today?
Which makes it sound very official. So phase 1 was closing the other groups and combining all of the petitions. So phase 2 is about gaining more signatures on the current single petition, and it's about increasing the social media awareness of the campaign in general.
Right now we're at about 1,600 or so signatures on the petition. Personally, I would like it to get up to, 500,000, but I don't think that's gonna happen, in a day.
Do you have any upcoming plans or ideas for the future of the campaign?
We've been talking about doing covers of some of the songs that were presented, either in the film or songs that have been presented over the course of Thomas history. We've started collecting pictures of fans with brief messages to kind of give the campaign that personal touch. Now that we've established what it is, it's time to establish why it matters.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
All right.
Restore the Magic is making progress. In early 2016, it was announced that Hit Entertainment went into their archives and found an early rough cut of the film. While it was incomplete and unusable as it stands, it was something. Hit is continuing to look into this when time allows. But in the meantime, Restore the Magic is still pushing for a director's cut release. For anyone who wants to help with the campaign or to find more information, go to restorethemagic.org, sign our petition, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Well, that does it for today's episode of Lost Media Spotlight. Join us next time when I try to make The Wizard of Oz less scary by cutting out all the scenes involving the Wicked Witch of the West. Seems doable and copyright friendly.
Gotta work on the jaw muscles. Four furry ferrets flailed in the freezing frost. What? No, we're not live. I gotta. So, the cat in the hat, more like cat who shat in the hat. We're live. Oh, okay.
Nice one.
Hola, mi nombre es Devin Polar. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre Donald Trump. El hombre estúpido. Sí, muy estúpido. Él come caca. Sí, amigos, caca. What? Oh. Sorry, I have another job doing the news for Telemundo. So I get a little confused between juggling two jobs. I'm an overachiever, I know.
I overachieve a little bit. It works for me.
Yeah. So what were we? Oh, yes. Oh, hello. Welcome to Getting Cultured with Dev. I'm your host, Devin Polar. This is a show where we talk about things and say funny stuff. So let's get out our first guest, Trey.
Hi. Hey.
Trey, this is Trey's first time on the show.
I've never even been on national television before.
This is exciting. How do you feel being this is your first time? This is the first time you've ever been in this room.
I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie.
Okay.
The lights are pretty bright and they hurt my
Yeah.
eyes a little bit. So
We both kind of look like or me especially, I look like the villain at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, meeting his demise. You know, and his face melts. Oh,
Yeah.
You don't get it? Okay.
No.
So yeah, we're gonna do. Those are my
Oh,
questions.
sorry.
You can't look at those questions. How are you doing today? I'll start off with that.
I'm doing pretty all right. Nothing has gone wrong for me at all, especially in productions that I've been in.
That's
in
good.
the
No
past couple
live
minutes.
streams have gone already.
Not a single one.
Okay.
Flawless the whole way through.
That's good.
How about you? How are you doing today?
I'm feeling pretty low, actually.
Why is that?
I'm pretty low. I feel lower than the president's approval ratings. What? Oh!
Are you even allowed to say stuff like
that?
that?
Was stupid. I don't care.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's been a rough time lately. My girlfriend passed away.
Oh,
yeah,
that sucks.
Okay, I'm just kidding. She didn't pass away. She
Oh.
just broke up with me. Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing.
I mean, I'm just kidding. She didn't break up with me. We're still together.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Okay. Yeah. Next, I'll write that down. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna start off with the first question. Have you ever been to the South?
Like, explain.
The
South, like the South of America? South America?
I mean, to me, anywhere, the South is anywhere below Illinois. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been there.
You've been there?
Yeah,
To that
the
place.
whole region, yeah. Just
That
been there.
place. It's scary, isn't it?
It's a little frightening, yeah. Especially when you're like riding through Georgia and all of a sudden you see things you don't think you'd ever see.
Yeah, and you hear words you don't think.
That you don't think are actual real words.
That you think, or like that you haven't heard since like the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to
happens.
the South a few months ago. I went to like Tennessee and Kentucky, that area. It was a little scary.
Yeah.
It was, like I noticed like the more south you go in the country, the more dumber people sound. I don't know.
You're not wrong with that. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not.
And that's by saying the higher you go, the smarter you sound.
Yeah, it helps us. It's good for all you what are the Yoopers?
Oh yeah, and the
Oh
Yooper.
yeah, and the Yooper.
All us up here in the Yooper.
Yeah.
We're super smart. Yeah.
That's good. But no, like this is a funny story. So this happened. I was chilling at this gas station somewhere. I don't remember what kind of gas station it was. That's not relevant to this story.
Shell?
It might have been. It might have been.
Those are the safest gas stations, I feel.
Yeah. Anywhere that doesn't have bulletproof glass on the counter
The
is good.
cashier, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was there, and then I was just chilling out on like the curb waiting for my friends. They were grabbing some snacks. And these two, like the stereotypical, like the exact, when you think of a redneck, like the bayou backwoods, like yee type of people. Yeah. One of them, or two of them actually, like they came driving past. And they were like, "Hey kid, you want $200?" And I'm like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Sure." And they were like, "Well, too bad, suck a D." And then they sped off.
That's really mean.
And then I think they were like, "Yee," as they ran away.
That's really mean.
Yeah, it is really mean. And then I think one of them, like as they were driving away, he like stuck his head out the window and he's like, "Eat my ass, yee." I don't know. That's a thing they do.
Yeah.
Yee. I don't know. So next question.
Okay.
Who's your favorite serial killer?
Well, I can't say I look into it very much, but
Give me like a really huge, like long description.
Well, you see, there was Jeffrey Dahmer, born 1962. I don't know when he was born. I don't know. I think Jeffrey Dahmer is a pretty natural one that you go towards. He's pretty the common guy everyone goes to. There's a lot of stories about him, like
he ate people. Did you know that? He ate
was
a
that him or
dude,
somebody
or he
else?
ate dudes, I should say.
I thought that was
plural.
somebody else.
No. That was the Doms.
That was the Domster?
J-Doms.
The Domster. I just know a story about how he had a head kept in a safe in his room, and his dad was like, "I'm gonna open that safe."
He had a head, all right.
Yeah.
We can't talk about that. This is a school project. But no, go on. So are you?
No, his dad was just like, "I'm gonna look in that safe," and Jeffrey was like, "Please don't look in that safe," and then he never did, and then no one ever figured out that he had a head in there until later, when they opened it and found the head in there.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
Jeez, Willikers.
I'm still on the whole Uper thing.
Yeah.
I think my favorite serial killer, if I had to choose, I have like a top 10 list for my favorite. And like the last like 5, it's like super hard. But if I'm being like, I guess it depends on the day too. If I were to be honest, I'd say Freddy Krueger is definitely my favorite.
Oh my God, he's killed so many people.
He has, subconsciously.
Subconsciously.
That's insane.
Have you ever had a dream? Yeah, that's what he'll get you.
Yeah. Dreams.
Yeah.
Inception.
Inception is pretty
movie.
much just a Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street reboot.
Well, you know what I always wondered?
Yeah.
Like, if like one of these like serial killers like Jason or like Freddy was like chasing after you, what would happen if like you just like stopped and then you started chasing him? Like, how would that be?
I'm pretty sure they'd take the opportunity to kill you.
No, like he'd be chasing me. I'd be like, "Ooh!" And then all of a sudden I'd stop and I'd turn around and I'd be like, What would he do? Oh, sorry.
He'd probably go and kill you.
No, that's Jason. That goes. Freddy has the hands.
I thought you said either.
Oh, yeah. Shut up. Yeah. So that's about all we have for you today. That's we don't have very much content for you.
Oh.
I apologize.
Wow.
But this is your first time.
I've
this
never.
Is your first time that you've been on the show.
You
so
know,
I
I'm
didn't
glad
wanna
you're keeping it.
overwhelm you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're keeping it a little light for me, since I'm so nervous about being in front of the camera for the first time ever in my whole life, on a production studio stage.
Yeah. I mean, like I could swear I thought I saw you on like TV like 20 minutes ago, but that must have been a different guy.
No. Oh, you mean the NWTC N4TF guy? Yeah. No, we get that all the time.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. No.
Because I don't like that guy.
Yeah. No,
he's
a
douche.
He is a loser. He's not funny. The things he says creep me out, and I hope that he loses his job. Quit laughing, camera guy. Don't move the camera. I use that. It looks at me.
Yeah.
Don't throw it back. Don't throw it back. Oh, he missed.
Good, he missed.
He should stick to being a cameraman.
So yes, that's about all we have for you today.
All right.
Getting culture with Dev. Yeah, get out of here.
I'm going. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah, get out of here. So yes, that is. Can we act like professionals? That is about all we have today for Getting Cultured with Dev. Feel free to tune in next time as we'll talk about, I don't know, maybe cute puppies and Harvey Wienerstein or whatever his name is. So you stay groovy. Have a good night.